Nothing like some fresh ice cold water in the morning. But what is going on, my people? Welcome to another video with the Brody Slick. Thank you for bringing the energy, bringing the vibe to the channel once again. I appreciate you guys. And in today's video, I'll be answering some of your guys' most frequent asked question, which is, how did I make money when I first moved to Houston? But before we head out, we got to start the day the right way, the traditional way, the quote of the day. Let's get it. One small positive thought in the morning, just one small one. One small positive thought in the morning can change your day. Stay true to self. Ain't that the truth? I will see you guys at our first location. All right, guys, so excuse me squinting this video. The sun rays, the Houston weather, it's just all in my eyes. But to start, I never have been a rich kid. I was fortunate to have two hardworking parents that, supplied a roof over my sister and mine's head, instilled a hardworking mentality in us. And of course, they supported our passion. So we were spoiled in a sense from my perspective, but I always had to work hard for whatever I wanted. I'm a very observative person. I like to stand back on situations and realize what is going on. And one thing I always see people tell themselves is that for a certain period, or 2 months later, 3 months later, that they will not make a certain amount of money. Now, I read a book called Think and Grow Rich that really changed my life, my way of thinking when it comes to finances, and that's probably the most damaging thing you could do to yourself, because you're already putting yourself in a fixed mindset that you will not accomplish something. Now, you want to have a growth mindset and tell yourself that there will be an opportunity for me to make some money. There will be a possibility for me to make more money than I made last month. That's the mindset you have to have. Now, I took psychology in college, and I can tell you right now that if you are conditioning yourself that you will not make a certain amount of money, it is very damaging to your brain. Let me take you guys back real quick. When I was a young kid, probably at 3rd grade through 5th grade, my brother Dylan, and I figured out a way to make some money when we were kids. We were bringing home lollipops, blow pops to be exact, yes, blow pops, and airheads. And basically you could buy the airheads. It was 15 cents an airhead for 7 airheads. So we would flip in school. We were like in elementary school. We would flip an airhead for $1. I already had that mindset that, okay, I could take something and buy it for cheaper and flip it for more money. So if you guys could see right here, we have a Ross and we have a Marshalls right here. So I would make these Ross and Marshalls videos that people love, because I would show people that you could buy something for $2.99 and you could flip it for $14.99, and people loved it. Now, if you guys realize one thing about this channel is that I'm a very positive person, because the people I associate with and the things I consume, and I always like to keep a positive mindset. And I'm a strong believer that whatever energy you put back, you will get back. And all my followers, you guys are super positive people. I can tell a lot of you guys are good people, but it doesn't matter. We're all gonna deal with some type of negativity, some type of hate. So when I first started creating content, of course there would be people like, oh, you're shopping at Ross, you're shopping at Marshalls, you're broke. Haha, to the few haters I did see that would comment under my video like, oh, you're broke, you shop at these stores. Little did they know, haha, that I was in these stores actually making money, not spending money on cheaper products. Even though Ross and Marshalls is an amazing store to shop at, I mean, how could you hate on that? If you could buy something for a cheaper price, isn't that what the smart person would do? Think about real estate, if you think about stock, all these rich people, all they're doing is buying something, flipping it for more profit. And if you want to start on a smaller scale, all you got to do is Ross and Marshalls. And I promise you, you will find some things at Ross and Marshalls that will help you bring in a nice amount of money, as long as you're consistent with it and keep searching for products that will give you the best profit. My final point is always keep an open mindset when it comes to making money or doing whatever it is, because there's always going to be people along the way in this world we live in that want to jade your process, distract you, make you doubt yourself, because they hate themselves. So they want you to hate what you're doing. They want you to hate yourself. But that's what Stay True to Self is about. It's about loving who you are, loving what you do, doing what you do without other people's opinions mattering at all. Because at the end of the day, you have to live your life. It's a very short life. And if you let somebody else control the way you live, you're going to regret it. So don't let that be the case. Live your life, live your best life, stay true to self. Wow, thought I would never see the day that I am in front of my old job, which I actually despise, but it's important for me to give you guys the real, be honest with y'all, and give you guys kind of my background. So HEB grocery store, which you guys see right there. very popular grocery store. The reason I'm bringing you guys here is because this was one of the first retail store. This was the first retail store I worked at when I moved to Houston. So obviously moving to a new city, you want to find a job quickly. For any of you guys that are thinking about moving anywhere else, two popular sites, Indeed.com and ZipRecruiter.com, both great sites for you to look at different jobs in different cities. When I came to HEB, they gave me the job. I was a stocker at the time and I was making $13.50. Now the original reason I left this job because retail is gonna be retail, and basically Houston had like a huge hurricane at a point, Hurricane Harvey, if you guys ever heard of Hurricane Harvey, and I had to go into work on like a late night shift or something like that. The whole parking garage where I live was flooded with just tons of water. I was driving the car that I'm in right now and I could not afford to damage my transportation for one shift of work, and my manager was texting me. He was just talking to me in a disrespectful manner, and I don't tolerate that. Now what I can say is $13.50 isn't nothing, but at the time it worked for me. It was helping me put money in my pockets. I was also able to save money. I was putting in a lot of hours. HEB did do this one thing for me. I'm about to show you guys. Now the next way I made more money, sneaker stores, sneaker events, and sneaker shops. So there's a lot of cars in front of me right now, so don't be surprised if somebody yells out the window. But sneaker stores, sneaker events, and sneaker shops. Right over here, what you guys just saw me walk into, that is called Sneaker Summit. Now, I want to talk about something called ROI, return on investment. Now, a lot of people see sneakerheads and people that buy sneakers as people that just waste money. All we do is care about materialistic items, but that's not the truth. I can tell you right now that I've made the most money from any job, any place of work, anything I've done. All the amount of money I've made in abundance and in a quicker period of time has been from sneakers. And Sneaker Summit is where I started making money in the sneaker world in Houston. So there's this thing called the keymaster. Now the keymaster is basically a gambling game. You could put $1 in the machine, you could put $5 in the machine, but you have an opportunity to win a shoe that could be $500 to $1,500 and up. So I basically found out the method of how to win sneakers on the keymaster game.
My
Three times, boy. 3 times, boy.
Look at that. Look at that.
Shit, bro, again. It's one of those games that people considered rigged, but it's not a rigged game. Just a certain amount of money has to go in the machine. All those sneakers in total, I probably made about $5,000 something off of just 4 sneakers. So there's a return on investment. Playing the game, I probably put in a total of probably like $125, and my return was $5,000 something. Now, I'm not gonna just talk about the Keymaster, I'm talking about sneakers as a whole. There's another place that my uncle put me onto, shout out Uncle Maurice. He put me onto a place called Stitch and Trace. It's one of those stores where they don't have much on the wall, but they do huge sneaker drops when it comes to Yeezys. And yeah, their main focus was Adidas, so I would go there strictly for the Yeezys. Now, being in New York, being in a smaller city in New York, we didn't have opportunities to get Yeezys like that unless you got them online. But moving to Houston, I had those opportunities. So what I would do is basically I built a connection up with the employees, and I built a connection up with the owner of the store. We went out to sushi. This is a millionaire kind of guy, you know, he's driving his Ferrari. We went out to sushi, I built a connection with him, and at first I started waiting online. I had my raffle ticket, I would win some sneakers with the raffle ticket, and then it got to the point where I had a good enough connection where if the crowd was right, told you, I told you, it wasn't somebody saying something, it was just the honk. Those are the type of people that try to get you off your mode. I ain't having it. There might be a couple more, but we gonna keep doing what we doing, baby. So I would go to Stitch and Trace, and I would buy the sneakers there for the retail price, and I would flip the sneaker for probably $500, $600, $700 plus more dollars, because the Yeezy market, Kanye shoe, was so hot, and it's still hot now. So when you buy sneakers, that's a return on investment. When you invest into things, always think ROI. think ROI. Think about what your return on investment is. You don't want to invest into things where it will depreciate. You want to invest into things that are going to help you make money back. And sneakers is, I mean, that's really a big community where you can make a lot of money. And also that was natural for me as well, because I started selling sneakers when I was in New York, and I saw that if I get a pair of sneakers for retail price and I'm willing to wait on a line for probably 2 hours, that's a shorter period of time than me working at a job for 8 hours and only making $80. I could wait on a line for 2 hours and make potentially $500 to $1,000. So just kind of turn on investment, ROI. Yeah. Nothing like some fresh ice cold water after a workout. Sheesh. Okay guys, to conclude this video, the last way I made more money when I came to Houston and still relevant today is content creation, videography, and photography. Now, when I first came to Houston, I was able to have a few clients, I wouldn't really call them clients, but a few people I was able to work on projects with them for something that they had coming up, whether it was a shoot, whether it was a video they wanted to film. And the best way I would say to anybody that wants to build clientele and you're new to a city is through work. You know, I was able to connect with a lot of people through work, through the gym. That way you don't really have to go out of your way to hand out cards if you're not really comfortable doing it yet. You should break that mold if that is the case, but working at a certain place, you could just build so many connections, and it kind of creates that effect where it's like a tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and then people are just like, oh, he's the guy, and then they want to mess with you because they can see your work through social media now. So people would check out my work, whether it was on YouTube or Instagram, and then boom, they would hit me up. Oh, Slick, you want to work on this? I'll say, hey, listen, I'm down for it. This camera that you guys see me film off of all the time was a big investment. My mother actually bought this for me. I think it was for my birthday or something like that. And ever since, it was the ROI, return on investment. I'm still using it till today. A lot of people, when they see, you know, big cameras, DSLR cameras, they want to rock with whatever you got going on if they can see other work that it just looks good. It's kind of like producing music. If you have the right studio equipment, people are going to want to mess with you. If you're a songstress, you have a nice mic, whatever you're doing, whatever your field, your profession is, invest into that, and the return on investment will be big. That's going to wrap up the video, guys. I appreciate those of you that make it to the end. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. And by no means am I a perfect person. I'm learning every single day so that I can continue to inspire others, better my situation, better my family situation, brick by brick. So thank you guys so much. 1,000 subscribers on the way, a small accolade, but at the same time a big accolade. We got all summer. We're gonna accomplish a lot, and thank you guys so much. You know how it goes. Stay true to self, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later.